K98 Talk is expanding its lineup for 2015. This means we are expanding our advertising base. Whether you're a startup trying to push through to the next level or an established business trying to supplement your advertising budget, web-based advertising is a solid investment. Thanks to Talk's newest partnership with TuneIn Radio and instant access to our sister station, K98 FM, we give you worldwide access at a reasonable cost. Interested parties should email us at sales@k98fm.com.
In these uncertain economic times, you've got to do whatever you can to save money. One of our biggest expenses can be our cars, especially when unexpected repair bills hit. Not anymore. If you own a vehicle with less than 130,000 miles, is less than 12 years old, has a warranty about to expire, or even no warranty at all, you could stop paying for car repairs. Roadside assistance, towing, and rental coverage are all included. Don't wait for the next repair. Make one free call right now to see if you qualify. If your vehicle is less than 12 years old, has less than 130,000 miles, even if it's out of warranty, paying for car repairs can become a thing of the past. Call us right now and get your car protected before your next repair bill hits. Get protection and no more repair bills. Call 800-696-1030. Again, 800-696-1030. That's 800-696-1030. 800-696-1030.
Joe had huge problems with the IRS.
I knew it was coming. I hadn't filed taxes since 1990.
All the IRS letters coming in added up to a nightmare.
To get up to like $68,000. My heart started beating fast. It's like, there's no way, man. I mean, I ain't going to be able to do this.
Then they stopped his paycheck.
So that's when I started making phone calls and found U.S. Tax Shield.
U.S. Tax Shield went to work immediately.
They just took the bull by the horns. What blew my mind is he called the IRS right then and there.
So why is U.S. Tax Shield A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau? Joe knows.
They saved me a ridiculous amount of money.
If you owe more than $10,000 to the IRS or state, choose the company Joe chose, U.S. Tax Shield.
It was the best decision I made. U.S. Tax Shield is the way to go. Life is good. Thank you, Lord.
Call 800-471-3287.
U.S. Tax Shield. Boo-rah. Yes.
800-471-3287. 800-471-3287.
Wondering why you're up early with us on a Sunday morning making a cocktail? News lately got you drinking? Hung over from the mainstream media by Sunday? We are, and we got you covered.
We sure do. We got your hangover cure for those weekly news blues. So sit back, top off your mimosa, and add some Baileys to that coffee.
Take a match to your copy of the New York Times. Light, funny, and oh yeah, news with booze.
And a lot of laughter.
Welcome to Bloody Marys and Broadsheets. And a good, easy Sunday morning, November 8th, 2015, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That means it's JD and Stacy for that Bloody Marys and Broadsheets, baby. Your cure for that mainstream media hangover here on that K98 Talk. Credit to the AZ Day in college football yesterday. I want to give a big props and congratulations to Navy. That's right, the United States Naval Academy for dropping undefeated Memphis. People were talking about Memphis going to the national title game, and one of the service academies knocked them off. I love watching those kids do it, because when you watch them play all these other teams, all the other college football players, they're either going to the pros or they're going to get a job, and some of these kids are going to end up in Afghanistan and Iraq. So thank you to the Naval Academy for kicking the hell out of Memphis. Welcome back to all our political freaks, geeks, and back alley sneaks. Everybody within the sound of my voice, you know what to do. Get over to K98Talk.org, get in that chat room. Say hello to Stacy. It's supposed to be naked. I saw in there somebody's got a loincloth on. You know that's against the rules. I'm going to hit the bell on that. Today we're going to have Weekend Update brought to you by Eric Williams at the barbedwiresatire.com, baby. Everybody gunning for Doc, baby. Debate stage shuffle, O'Reilly and Will at war, and more. Remember, guys, we're not just here Sunday morning, 11 a.m., starting this Tuesday, we no longer are live on K98 Talk at 10 p.m. We moved to at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Game On. Do it again Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard. Sundays, we're here at 11. Friday, 5 p.m. at WN, JC 1360 AM, South Jersey, Philadelphia, Northern Delaware, Spreaker, hashtag JD and Stacy, J-Cause. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are we?
Oh, 6 teenagers, 24 hours. I'm a
Let me
little
tell you
off.
something. The last time I had 6 teenagers in one room, I got a lot more than 24 hours.
Oh, my God. Wow. Honestly, at this age, they require a little more supervision than they did when they were toddlers.
Nah, you know what? Teenage boys, they're like plants. Water them, they'll be fine. Shovel
4 large, and I mean large pizzas. Gone.
Shovel a little fertilizer on them. Well,
Gone.
Like
4 large pizzas.
just like plants. So, how was your week?
A little bit crazy. I've been trying to read through this TPP text now that it's out there, so a lot more to come on that. I'll be partnering with the folks from Coalition for a Strong America to start getting some blogs and educational materials out about that. So busy for the next week or so.
I'm going to raise some hell on the hill.
Oh, I might actually be going to the Hill in December.
Oh, yeah? For what?
It will never be the same. What?
Pourquoi?
Actually, some meetings regarding TPP and some speakers and some other things. Michael and Stephanie. Stephanie, you might remember from the show when we were doing the Trade Promotion Authority debate, have invited me to join them at some of these meetings. So I'm very honored and very excited if I can do it.
Very, 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 very nice. Always nice to save the world. Speaking of the world is on fire, baby. We're going to get to the landmines being put out there for Ben Carson and the rest of the candidates, how they are supposed to react and all that good stuff. But right now, we are going to bring you that weekend update for the weekend of November 8th, 2015, brought to you by Mr. Eric Williams by the barbedwiresatire.com, baby. The Sunday soundboard's always slow to react. President Obama said if the Republicans can't handle CNBC, they can't be expected to handle Putin. Unable to handle Fox News himself, Obama speaks from experience as he is the reigning world champion of not being able to handle Putin. That's way too many.
In
Putins
Iran
in
this
one
week,
sentence.
they celebrated the National Day of Global Arrogance. The holiday marks the first time a country has set aside a national day just for recognizing and honoring Barack Obama.
Scientists are now predicting the sun is slowing down its solar activity, sending us into an extended period of global cooling. Al Gore is now debating whether to use an asteroid strike or the imminent return of the dinosaurs as his next way to extort money and scare the world's population, baby.
Hispanic Democrats were furious over Donald Trump hosting Saturday. Some of the things he says about illegals. Opponents of free speech, the lawmakers have sent a letter to NBC asking them to rename the show Saturday Night Libel.
I'm telling you, that Super PAC ad with the illegal kids yelling and cursing everybody out, that is driving more people to Trump than you could. It was a bad move. Chris Christie's poor poll numbers have relegated him to the kids' table at the next Republican debate. The move will cost the RNC a few more bucks as they will now have to have the kiddies' chairs reinforced with steel legs. That's good, Eric.
President Obama officially rejected the Keystone Pipeline on Friday. Obama said that after studying the plans for years, if the pipeline couldn't be used strictly to smuggle illegals underground throughout the country, he saw no use for it.
This is why I like not reading them. Director Quentin Tarantino, who can't stay out of his own way with his anti-police rhetoric, has announced his plans for his next movie, which will be in support of Black Lives Matter and hateful towards police. He's calling it, pig friction. You're better than that, Williams.
Iran's Ayatollah Khomeini said the chants from he and his people, death to America, should not bother Americans. Khomeini said they workshopped chants of death to Russia instead, but were afraid Putin would kick their asses, whereas Obama just makes them laugh.
And that is your weekend update for the weekend of November 8th, 2015, brought to you by Mr. Eric Williams at barbedwiresatire.com, baby. Let me just go back and make sure I read this correctly. This is awesome. President Obama officially rejected the Keystone Pipeline on Friday. Obama said that after studying the plans for years, if the pipeline couldn't be used strictly to smuggle illegals underground throughout the country, he saw no use. Gotta tell him what he's want. You want to know something? I'll tell you. Eric Williams of the barbedwiresatire.com. We actually have for you. We have the South Park racist Canadian clip. I mean, that joke is so out there. We might as well go full bore.
Leave the kid alone, Scott. Well, what are we doing following this ice penis? We've been walking around for hours. No way. If there's one thing Eskimos are good at, it's finding things. Eskimos are good for nothing. I paid one to give me a blowjob once. All she did was rub her nose against my penis for 45 seconds and ask me to pay it. Goddamn Polish hoops.
Hold on a second. I got to reset the thing.
Replay the intro and we'll start over.
What the hell would you want to start over? This is going swimmingly. Oh, my God. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been listening to...
I'm at WKRP in Cincinnati.
Listen, William, Stacey and I are going to bail you out right now. We're blaming all of that on Dr. Johnny Fever and Lonnie Anderson.
There you go. Or just Trainwreck Radio.
Trainwreck Radio. This is gold. Gold, I tell you. Get it on the wires. Get it on the teletype. Get it over to the... that. Extra, extra. Read all about it. Illegal pipeline smuggling joke combined with Canadian racist. That hooker joke.
No, let's bail on the hooker joke.
Too late. You got your parachute on?
No.
Oh, my God. Okay, so out of everybody running for president, who seems to be literally the nicest person on the planet?
Dr. Ben Carson.
Wait, and listen, we know who we're talking about with that Dr. Ben Carson, baby. Think about it. Even his music is happy. I'd like to thank all the people of the world today and the children and talk
Now,
about my tax.
when we say nice, I don't want people to think we think like weak or anything like that. If you think about when Dr. Ben Carson hit the national scene, it's basically when he told Obama to stick it up as you know where over Obamacare at the National Prayer Breakfast, standing like 10 feet from him.
Well, you know this.
So I mean, he's not weak-minded or anything like that. He's just nice.
He's soft-spoken. Oh, okay, all right.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
So when Stacey and I started Trainwreck Radio, we were lucky enough, and as a matter of fact, this is a great time to thank the audience who's been with us from the beginning. We had the most phenomenal opportunity to have not been on the air that long and to be broadcasting live from Radio Row at CPAC. And you get such a privileged view from the media standpoint as you're trying to ferret out who you want to get as a guest and this, that, and the other. And, you know, Stacey and I thought it was great because, you know, at the time, everybody they were announcing or were about to announce or hadn't announced. And, you know, Ben Carson was one of the last people that you would really think about. And we were joking that when we were there that he had this contingent pack group called Run, Ben, Run, right? Wasn't that what it was called?
They were great.
Okay. And they were either 18 or they were 80.
Right, that was the joke. There's nobody in the middle. They're either college kids or they're retired.
So everybody, before you
other.
start sending emails and calling the station, when I talk about Ben Carson, and I do this, and then I go, and I'd like to thank all the children and the people of the world today and talk about my tax plan. Please, I like Ben Carson, okay? Everybody on this planet needs a little humor. Lighten the hell up. It makes me laugh to look at Ben Carson like Stevie Wonder. I will burn in hell for this, but it makes me happy, so everybody leave me alone.
Not just for that.
Well, I was burning in hell for way before that. But anyway, so
I was going to say.
Let's go back to the nicest man on the planet. For all the hell that Stacey and I give the Republican Party and the institutional side of it, and a lot of the candidates about not being able to politic, I don't think there are two people who are more surprised where Ben Carson finds himself and finds himself holding steady at than Stacey and I.
Shocked.
Exactly. I still think that, you want to know something? I actually think that Ben Carson is too good of a person and a man to be president. Like, I'm one of those sick, jaded, cynical New Yorkers that looks at this guy and goes, he's too good for me. Like, I am too much of a skellbag to have a president that would be this good. But, you know, I have seen more investigation of Ben Carson and his background in the last 48 hours than I have seen of Obubu in the last 10 years.
Oh, absolutely, without a doubt. The vetting of Dr. Carson has been both, you know, to some degree horrific and a great exercise in fiction.
Who?
You know, when you look at the Politico story just from this week. So in Ben Carson's book, he talks about sitting down at one point with a decorated, war veteran that was part of West Point.
Stop. Wait, just stop it there for a second. Not to interrupt you, but there's a pivotal point of who that general was. It was General William Westmoreland, who basically ran the most of the Vietnam conflict. I just wanted the audience to know that. Go ahead, please, because this is a very important story for you to lay out.
And because of his academic performance and his, scores and other things, and I believe he was in ROTC at the time.
I think he was number one in the state. Yeah.
Yeah. He, when he met with the general basically told him he would get what is called an appointment if he applied. And as you know, if you go to West Point, you don't pay tuition and they feed you and they house you for 4 years. So it's considered a full scholarship. Ben Carson never applied, so it was never formally offered. He chose to take another path, but it was actually pretty interesting because David French in the National Review wrote some words about what Politico had done, saying that Ben Carson fabricated being offered a scholarship to West Point.
Which they've walked back.
Which they then changed and then got assaulted by any number. Even some liberal journalists really harassed him. But David French actually shared that his experience was not that different. He was also an ROTC. He was told by, folks in the military that were leaders in that recruitment process that he would be given, an appointment should he apply. He applied. He got the appointment and he turned it down to go somewhere else. He said, from a legal perspective, when did I get it? Well, when they sent me the letter in the mail. He said, when did I feel like I got it? He said, when I talked to the folks who were recruiting me. He said, I knew all I had to do was apply. Ben Carson didn't fabricate this story. He told it as you would tell it, because once you get an offer from somebody at that level about something like that, it's pretty much a done deal.
Right, but what's important about this is how the mainstream media works. As just like Marco Rubio said, the largest super PAC for the Democratic Party. This is exactly
his credit card's another smear job.
This is exactly how they operate. So you have Politico coming out with this story, and the headline of it at first was, Ben Carson admits fabricating West Point scholarship, and the subheadline was, Carson's campaign on Friday conceded that a central point in his inspirational personal story did not occur as he previously described. Just to Stacey's point, and like she said, this man separated conjoined twins in the womb about 30 years ago, okay? So anybody who
in Africa.
And anybody who is doubting that when he was in high school, he was a top ROTC student is a moron, okay? I want you to listen to me again. If you don't think that this man was a top student when he was in high school and in the ROTC program, you should take your car, put it in the garage, close the door, turn it on, take the hose, stuff it in the tailpipe, and start breathing. Because you're nothing but an idealist and a partisan. Mm-hmm. So, let's go back to this. We got Mitt Romney's haircut from 50 years ago. We got Obama buying a house at a discount from Tony Rezko, who goes to prison on felonies, but nobody cares. So now,
I'm sitting in Jeremiah Wright's church for decades listening to America Sucks, America Sucks.
The first 4 hours that the Political story was out, they had 4 edits without attributions of the edits outside of their headlines. First 5 major problems with the story. Headline was false. Subhead was false. Opening paragraph was false. And the substance of the piece was missing key exonerating information. So now what you're going to hear when you talk to your smarmy, progressive, secular, elitist jerk-off friends, and they're going to tell you, no, he lied.
Any of those.
He lied. He said that it was a full scholarship. And the service academies don't have scholarships. Do yourself a favor. Go to the Service Academy's website, where they describe what they offer to students as a full tuition scholarship. But this is how narrative works. Everybody's busy. And in the Obama economy, you're probably busy working 6 different jobs. So that low information voter, that independent voter, all they are going to hear and get lost in all of this is that, wow, Ben Carson made up stuff about himself. I can't believe anything he says. It doesn't matter how many subtle retractions and walkbacks there are by Politico.
Well, but you know what's most disturbing to me about it, in all honesty?
What's that?
Is the simple fact of this. Why, when you take a look at what they're doing, it's mostly, they don't really poke at Donald Trump very much. They really don't. I mean, they don't bring out any of the things he has said that have been inconsistent over time, et cetera, because you know why? In key swing states and a majority of other states, Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders beat him. Okay, but the ones that are polling well against Hillary Clinton and or Bernie Sanders in key swing states are the ones that are getting attacked. And if you look at some of these baseless personal attacks that are either just overblown or make no sense, they're happening to Ben Carson and Marco Rubio.
My prediction is that, unfortunately, especially since the debate is Tuesday night, beginning maybe today, but definitely within the next 18 to 24 hours, unfortunately, I believe the person that will make the most hay out of this story is going to be Donald Trump.
He already did.
JD, no, I think it's going to be a lot bigger. JD predicting right now that the first person Trump opens his wallet against to try and knock out is Ben Carson. And I think it might backfire on that Donald baby. But you want to know what? I cannot believe that was the whole segment. So, listen, I just want to thank Dr. Ben Carson. And I would like to thank all the people in the world today and the children and the taxpayer. And JD didn't forget, baby. It's Sunday, so. It's Sunday, so.
You missed. No, JD, it's just a day that ends in a Y.
That's okay.
We broadcast on Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday, and that gets played on every show. It's just a day that ends in a Y.
It's okay. They ain't never going to have time to root for the Jets, baby. But I'll tell you what, in that meantime, I was smart enough not to play the game on break. JD and Stacey, K98 Talk, coming right back.
This is Slickery Trigger for Rebel Road Tactical. With proper care and feeding, your pistol will be ready when you need it. There to save your life. Shouldn't your gear be that good? Whether you need a holster for comfortable everyday carry or a tough-as-nails holster for your next training course, Rebel Road Tactical has what you need. Check us out on the web at rebelroadtactical.com.
The staff of K98 Talk and the Spark Radio Network is proud to announce that our very own Rowdy Rick Robinson has been selected as one of the top conservative talk show hosts in the nation for his program America Off the Rails. Again, congratulations to Rowdy Rick Robinson for a job well done and another reason to stay connected to K98 Talk and the Spark Radio Network.
If you like your health care plan, you'll be able to keep your health care plan. This is the most transparent administration in history. Not even a smidgen of corruption.
Fact is, we had 4 dead Americans. What difference at this point does it make?
If you got a business, you didn't build that.
The feeling most people get when they hear Barack Obama's speech, I felt this thrill going up my leg. I mean, I don't have that too often.
Steady.
It's time to hear the truth about America's biggest challenges. Ricky Robinson, host of America Off the Rails, will tackle the important issues facing America today as he tries to keep America from coming off the track. Get ready to hear the truth every Monday through Friday starting at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 Central, here on K98Talk.com and the Spark Radio Network.
Welcome to the face. Welcome to the face of the new democracy.
Red Nation Rising brings you Town Hall Radio.
From a single tweet to 3 million a month, our community is a force to be reckoned with on social media.
So don't miss our show, Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern on K98 Talk.
Our chat room is our co-host, and you ask the question.
Join us and be heard.
So get ready to sound off on Red Nation Rising Radio. No one else is going to do it for you.
There's a wild, wild whisper
K98Talk.com, a leader in Internet radio. So grab your seatbelts and take the ride of your life on K98Talk.com.
Welcome back to Stacey and I's favorite Sunday drunken people. K98 Talk, JD and Stacey here with Bloody Marys and Broadsheets. Your cure for that mainstream media hangover, baby. Everybody get over to that K98Talk.org right now. Get in that chat room. Say hello to Stacey. Say hello to the drunkest, hungover, smartest, nakedest listening audience in radio. If anybody in there still got that loincloth, loincloth. Remember, guys, we're not here just live Sunday 11 a.m. We do it again. Tuesdays, our new spot. I thought I was having a stroke there. I was hoping at some point I'd stop saying new. Our new spot, Tuesday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thursday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And because JD is slow on cutting the break segments out, our lead-in Thursday nights at that brand-new show here in that K98 Talk, that Bell River with that For Whom the Bell Tolls, baby, on that 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, K98 Talk on Thursdays. Stacey and I are on at 9s. I think that was just a mini stroke. Spreaker, hashtag, want, WNJC, New Jersey.
And I'm thinking JD spent a little long out on the beach last night.
No.
No?
No.
No?
No.
You're not usually this strokey on a Sunday morning.
Maybe I'm getting lucky. Maybe finally the big one's coming. A little bit. Oh, Lord, the big one's coming a little bit. Oh, my God. I'll tell you what. Stroking out right now would get me about halfway back to even. Bring it on, God. Bring it on.
Well, so we got another debate coming up this week.
What are we gonna do Tuesday night?
I think we're going to probably, I don't know.
Oh, that was some answer.
I don't know. We're going to have to make a decision. I took a
know.
poll in the chat room, and everybody wants to listen to us, but we have to listen to the debate so we can tell people about it, so I'm just really confused.
I think I don't know. I think I'm just going to vote Democrat.
All right. Show's over, guys. I'm sorry. Our franchise is now ended.
I really think that's all I got left. So, okay. So for the first time, since this you know what? I now know how to start off this segment. I am so glad that I played the circus music. All right, so we're going to talk about the debate Tuesday night, and basically,
well, it's always been a two-ring circus.
And basically, the buried headline is the main headline is that Pataki, Jesus God, Christie and Huckabee, all right, are not going to be on the main stage debate for the first time. They're relegated down to the kiddies table. But for those of you for sports fans. I love, you know what, you can bitch about Fox all you want, and I do sometimes, but I love Fox News. So Fox News created a metric, and I was sitting here thinking about it, and yes, for those of you who are fans of certain candidates, it seems to be unfair, because they're using national polls, but if you take a look at Jindal and the people in the second debate, if you go into the early the states that are front-loaded in the primary, they're actually a hell of a lot further ahead than they reflect in the national polls, but when you have this many people running for president, you really do have to make a cutoff somewhere, otherwise you have 30 people on stage. So what I thought was buried in here, I actually forgot that Gilmore, Pataki, and Graham were running for president, right? No,
Gilmore dropped out.
That's what I thought. But this is the second story I have seen in Politico referencing him being cut from the debate.
I got it from NRO. NRO knows better.
Okay. So you got Graham and Pataki, who now are no longer, who can't participate because they polled, what the hell is it? They needed to get just 1%. 1%.
Can I say this?
Please, because I'm going to cough to death.
All right. Go ahead. Hack out along. Honestly, because I do watch the undercard debate, because I think it's kind of important. I'm not exactly sure why. It might give you some clue as to who's running for what secretary of what department, et cetera, et cetera. If I'm going to watch the undercard debate, I am actually going to miss Lindsey Graham because even though I would never vote for him, ever, okay, he is quite a showman on the debate stage. He's actually kind of funny.
I know what boys like. I know what guys want. I know what boys like. Boys like.
Yeah, he's a screaming neocon and just not my style, but he's entertaining. I mean, if Lindsey Graham ever leaves the Senate, I actually think he could be some kind of political commentator because he's got an entertaining persona on the stage. JD is dead silent.
Oh my! You want to know why?
Why?
I had been talking for I don't know how long. I have myself on mute.
Ding 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 ding.
I don't even know. I don't even know what soundboard I'm in.
Why isn't JD responding to me? Did I get disconnected?
No. But we do have a direct quote from Lindsey Graham about getting cut from the debate.
3 simple words. I am gay.
Well,
okay, terrific.
And part of the, I guess, the pushback on some of this from some of the low-scoring campaigns is that one of the polls that they use in the Rare Clear Politics average doesn't even let them be a choice.
No, is that the IBD poll?
No, it's the Wall Street Journal poll.
Well, I thought they were complaining about.
No, the one I read said it was Wall Street Journal.
Fox News. No, the Investors Business. Huckabee's downgrade was a surprise and was driven by his poor standing in the Investors Business Daily TIPP poll, included in the average of 4 recent national polls used to determine the lineup.
And then they said the NBC Wall Street Journal poll listed just 10 GOP candidates rather than the full 15 candidate field, including Senator Graham.
I've got to tell you something. This is where I lose sympathy for you. This not for you. I mean for the candidate. This is now just reaching out and lashing out. The qualifications for you for Tuesday night's debate was to poll at 1%. I want to say that again. Poll at 1%. Who's the big fake booby porn broad that runs every year in California? She'll poll over 1% nationally.
I was going to say Melania Trump. Oh, never mind.
No. Ooh, Jesus. Listen, Lindsey Graham and the rest of the 1%ers. I just need you to wrap yourself around this concept.
It's over, Johnny. It's over. Nothing is over. Nothing. You just don't turn it off.
Let me tell you something.
I can't even understand why Pataki ever announced, and after announcing why he's still in it.
He blocked me on Twitter.
I know, in one tweet.
He blocked me on Twitter. For those of you who follow me on social media, I go in spurts. I'm not like Johnny's social media. I was out there one day. I was looking. I was like, oh, yeah, listen, you're a jerk-off. Bing! First of all, I got to tell you something. And the Pataki campaign, if any of you are listening, if your social media timeline is so quiet that you caught me calling your campaign a bunch of goggle-mouthed asshats in real time,
yeah, because, I mean, it happened right away.
Good God and baby Jesus. I mean, like in the middle of the day. Holy Christ. I'm going to tell you something.
They get this private message.
No.
Pataki blocked me.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I actually think now that we've talked about it, you never see Pataki doing events anywhere. You never see him on the campaign trail. You only hear about him in debates. I think he sits on his couch with the bong. And I think he's the one that blocked me. I do. What do you think he was doing? Giving a speech or at a fundraiser?
So we know Pataki and Graham aren't going to be there because they can't poll at what, folks? 1%. The idea that
okay, terrific.
What I would have liked to have been, honestly, is a fly on the wall.
That should be their new theme.
Yeah, a fly on the wall in Chris Christie's organization when they heard that he got bumped to the lower stage.
There are no flies on the walls in the Chris Christie meetings. They're all on the donuts.
Stop.
They're all on the donuts.
Oh, shut up.
Hold on a
but
second.
I mean,
wait. Hold on. Audio my bubble. Hold on. Let me just reset this. Okay, the last we got was, Go ahead.
I mean, you've got polls. Okay, so your polls, your Wall Street Journal poll, a major pollster has just stopped asking about Bobby Jindal, Rick Santorum, Lindsey Graham, and George Pataki. Yep. So if you don't understand that you need at least 1%, the Wall Street Journal is actually trying to give you a clue.
This is like the only time it's like not a good thing to be a 1%er.
There you go.
With these,
then we got Jindal at 7 in the Real Clear Politics average. So Christie could have gotten knocked out by Jindal.
We've talked about this. Every day that Bobby Jindal stays in the race, his family business loses money. But
I mean, Chris Christie.
Yes.
Jindal's outpolling him.
Oh, hold on.
He got bumped to the kiddie table.
Wait a second. We have a comment.
And Mike Huckabee got bumped to the kiddie table.
We have a comment from the Christie campaign.
Time to make the donuts. Dunkin' Donuts are always fresh. I made the donuts. We make them at least twice every day. Time to make the donuts. Not a few kinds.
I made the debate stage.
But
wait.
So I mean, let's just noodle a little bit on some of the other changes. Ben Carson will actually be center stage now.
There is a point though that I would like to make, that I do think that I don't think Christie will ever be the nominee, but I do think that in the same vein, regardless of what you think about Donald Trump, to my mind, made these candidates better presidential candidates. It took some time, but whoever is the nominee, and I don't believe it's going to be Trump, whoever is the nominee out of this group, in my mind, is going to be a stronger candidate and a stronger and better politician for the general election than they would have been without Trump in the race. Now, that doesn't mean that the Republican primary has been any less messy. It's been a clown show for a while with him in the race. But I think that he makes these people better candidates because we always say that they can't politic, and in this election cycle, they have had to figure out those are the candidates. I mean, think about it, Stacey. When we talk about the people that can't make 1%, think about everybody qualifying on the main stage who has been able to break through the Trump mania enough. And this is where it comes down to the responsibility of the candidates and the campaign. But in my mind, Chris Christie is one of those people on a debate stage. Chris Christie makes on a debate stage, to my mind, your other top-tier candidates better debaters. And I do think he makes for a better conversation on the stage, because I'll tell you something. Christie's had a rough go of it in New Jersey. I think he is to the left of where I'd like to see him be as a presidential candidate. But you want to know something? I honestly, having thought about it, I do think that Chris Christie would tear Hillary Clinton apart in a debate the most. I
do, but Chris Christie also just got shellacked in the election cycle.
No.
I mean, New Jersey went so blue it wasn't funny.
No. I understand that, and I'm not advocating for Christie. What I'm saying is that him on a debate stage with our other top-tier candidates, I think makes them better candidates. The good news is, though, is that I would say probably by the next debate, between the candidates drop out and the way that they do the metrics, I think by the end of the year we may have one or possibly two debates under our belt with just one stage without this undercard.
Yeah, I would agree with that, But I mean, the other thing, I actually think it's possibly the outcome of the election in New Jersey that might have hurt Christie a little bit and actually pushed him down there in more recent polls. When you take a look at it, Ben Carson is at the center of the stage for the first time. He is the front runner on the Real Clear Politics average. So that'll be a change. That dynamic is going to be interesting. From my perspective, Cruz and Rubio need to capitalize on and continue the momentum from the last debate. They both got very high and positive marks, but they're not going to be in front of such a adversarial moderating crew. So there's not going to be some of those gotcha kind of moments that people are going to stand out and remember.
They won't be adversarial, but I mean, if Megyn Kelly and the last Fox crew was any indicator, they're not going to be asked softball questions. And
not at all.
And I think that one of, and again, you guys, we're going to run a minute or so long here. You have to understand why the media does what it does. Ben Carson has surged to the top. Nobody has understood how he sustained this candidacy for so long. And right before a major policy debate, which is probably in the wheelhouse of what Ben Carson is the weakest at, and Fox will ask very serious, pointed, detailed business and economic questions that he's going to have to be prepared for. They do a hit piece casting doubt on his veracity.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Heard him on, I think it was Hannity. He's brushed up quite a bit. I mean, I used to really worry about him in some of those discussions. He's actually got a better handle on it. I was surprised.
But you want to know what? He's still not a pro, and you got to worry about that Rick Perry moment. All right, guys, coming into the top of the noon o'clock hour. That's Wacky Radio Speak. JD and Stacey are going to have some. George Will and Bill O'Reilly going to war. Something about high school sexting scandal, and for some reason you canceled the football game. JD and Stacey, Bloody Marys and Broadsheets, baby. That show getting so big that everybody in the world wants a piece. Ain't that right?
One break coming up.
It's not a Sunday if I don't. I swear to Christ on the cross. We need to take an entire week off just so I can get that. It's me and some broad on some radio station, and we're going somewhere, and I think we'll be back.
Hey everybody, this is Jason, host of According to Me. I'd like to invite you to check out my show. It's a 2-hour show that lasts 60 minutes in.
Listen, I hate to interrupt, but one thing I can do is read off a script. Just say, let me be clear a lot. It works.
President Obama, I can handle this. It's a radio promo. I'm not green. I've done this before.
Did someone say green?
Now, Al Gore is here. Listen, I'm just trying to record a radio promo. Do you mind?
Now, do you say good things about me on the show?
No, not at all. But if it makes you feel any better, I rip on Republicans just as much.
The AM radio frequencies give off very high levels of radiation.
Look, my show is on the internet, which you invented. Can I just do my promo?
I got a pen. I can veto that, you know.
I know you got a pen. It's not a law. It's a radio promo. Listen, just listen to my show. Barack Obama and Al Gore hate it, so you're going to love it.
Here's an executive order. Don't listen to his show. He doesn't like me. He's racist. And he doesn't recycle either.
That's it. I'm done. It's According to Me, Wednesdays, 10 p.m. Eastern, right here on K98 Talk.
We will never fully understand what we've asked of our military service members or their families, asking them to put themselves in harm's way, to endure it all. But we do understand that it's our turn, our duty, to keep them secure for the rest of their lives. Wounded Warrior Project long-term support programs help our most severely ill or injured veterans live independently, at no cost, for life, so that they might stand at ease. Join us at findwwp.org.
K98 Talk is expanding its lineup for 2015. This means we are expanding our advertising base. Whether you're a startup trying to push through to the next level, or an established business trying to supplement your advertising budget, web-based advertising is a solid investment. Thanks to Talk's newest partnership with TuneIn Radio and instant access to our sister station, K98 FM, we give you worldwide access at a reasonable cost. Interested parties should email us at sales@k98fm.com.
Welcome back on a good, easy Sunday morning. JD and Stacy bringing you into 12 o'clock here on K98 Talk with Bloody Marys and Broadsheets. Everybody get over to K98Talk.org, get in that chat room, say hello to Stacy, say hello to the smartest, drunkest, I don't know what the hell they're talking about. I saw Slick in there about lining up and shooting people and the whole thing. Yeah, you got to get in that chat room, that K98 Talk. You're going to learn a lot about the world. Remember, guys, Stacy and I are not just live Sunday morning, 11 a.m., Tuesday on new time, Eastern Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard, Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard, all three in that K98 Talk. Fridays, we're on that 5 p.m. drive time to WNJC, 1360 a.m., serving that 4.2 million listeners in that South Jersey, Philadelphia, Northern Delaware. And, of course, kids, not right now. After the show, you get over to hashtag.com. Yeah, hashtag.com. Spreaker.com, hashtag JD and Stacy, JDAND. STACEY. Highly recommend our interview with Jay Koss talking about his new event broadside pamphlet called What's So Bad About Cronyism.
And now we're going to talk about the most uncomfortable, I don't know, about 5 minutes of television I've seen in a long time.
That says a lot considering that the Kardashians are on TV.
I don't watch the Kardashians on TV.
Me neither, but I mean, okay. I don't watch the Kardashians on. I feel like this is like the scene in Pulp Fiction. All right, you are aware that there is a television, and on this invention called television, there are things called shows. Right? I don't need to watch it. All right. All I need to do is do a show 3 times a week where I hear that one of the broads, who is famous for being nothing more than the stepdaughter of a former Olympian transvestite. Okay, who probably has a sex tape out there like her sister. Got her husband
and the daughter of one of OJ's attorneys.
Got her husband, who was about to divorce her, so wound up that he went to a brothel, took all sorts of drugs and Viagra, and at 35 years old, ended up in kidney failure and a coma, and then said he wouldn't leave her.
Okay, terrific.
I tell you, they're the devil, mama, they're the devil. And reached for a comment. Lamar Odom evidently only had one thing to say.
Hey, where are the white women at?
Lamar, you're killing yourself.
That was an interesting little Kardashian rant.
Well, you listen. You talked about the 5 most uncomfortable minutes on television. I've never seen a Kardashian show.
Let me recast and rephrase it so JD feels a little more comfortable. Looking at the television and seeing 2 people I have agreed and disagreed with, but at minimum respect, and seeing what went on between George Will and Bill O'Reilly made me exceptionally uncomfortable. And the reason it made me exceptionally uncomfortable is it seems to be there is this disgusting trend lately where, oh, so-and-so disagreed with so-and-so in the public debate space, so now we're going to bring them on TV together and let them shout at one another.
Well, no, that was I guarantee you that was O'Reilly's idea because I mean he's basically the king of self-promotion. Look. At first, I looked at this, and, you know, especially like you said, well, 2 people that I like and respect. Honestly, you know what this was? This was a battle of 2 rich, old, white, elitist windbags who just happened to sell to different audiences. Because if you step back and think about it, they both rub me as detestable the same way. Not taking away from how smart George Will is, but you cannot disagree with me that if George Will said good morning to you, it would make you feel as if you'd done something wrong. So, let me tell you what made me think about it.
I like him.
So, wait a minute. So do I. But, you know, look, O'Reilly is from, I have a couple of connections to Bill O'Reilly. I understand O'Reilly. I understand his people, okay? But what made me think about this, and look, I understand something. Bill O'Reilly can be a bombastic jerk-off. But it has made him hundreds of millions of dollars, so good for him. But when
I have no problem with it. I am more troubled, and honestly troubled. So the stupid women on The View mouth off about Carly Fiorina. So what do we need to see is Carly Fiorina come on The View so they can all argue about it.
She played that wrong.
Everything we're doing in this politics divisive world, okay, whether it's between Bill O'Reilly and George Will, whether it's between Carly Fiorina and the ladies on The View, whether it's between Donald Trump and just about anybody else running for president. It's like setting it up for Friday night fight night. And I just think this is a really dangerous trend. This isn't
But
about
that's what
informing
cable
people.
news is. That's
Oh
what
my
cable
God.
news is. But wait, this is what made me think about this. So I said, okay. I watched the video and I said, let me read Will's piece. Okay. So Will is he's got the editorial in the Washington Post, and it's called "Bill O'Reilly Slanders Ronald Reagan." And here's the whole point of this. I could not read I read the article, but I could not get through the article without sitting up a little straight and feeling like George Will was judging me. And I can't read the article without hearing his. This is exactly how this article sounds to
Oh
me.
my God, you have some
Donald
kind of
Trump
complex
is
here
just
because
one-
I've read the article and I didn't feel that way at all.
Donald Trump is just one symptom of today's cultural pathology of self-validating vehemence with blustery certitudes substituting for evidence. Okay? So now, all right, okay, the first thing I had to do, put down the joint. Go outside, take 10 minutes, clear the resin out of my head, come in, do a shot of Jameson, and reread it and go, all right, I got to look up 11 words in a 14-word sentence. But he continues.
Oh, stop it.
Another is the fact that the book atop the New York Times nonfiction bestseller list is a tissue of unsubstantiated subsertions. You're quite, Watson, quite.
You only wanted to do this so you could do your George Will impression.
It goes on. Styling himself as an investigative historian, O'Reilly purports to have discovered amazing facts that have escaped the notice of real historians. See how I put real in there? Ha! That's an Ivy League dig. Ha 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 ha. Guffaw. Chuckle.
Oh my God. Are you serious?
I had no intention of doing. I don't know where all that came from. It goes on. Here's what. Look. George Will is a soft-smoking, smarmy, elitist douche canoe, and Bill O'Reilly is a bombastic Long Island FLID douche canoe. You know what FLID stands for?
No.
Effing Long Island douchebag.
Can I call Sean Hannity one of those at a later date?
I told Hannity at CPAC we're coming from. You know he listens to this show. You know he listens to. Do you know what?
Stop
no.
it.
Do you know what happened last week? Do you know what happened last week? Hannity doesn't live too far from me. You know, I caught him outside the house in his car.
Stop.
I did.
Stop.
And you know what I had to tell Sean Hannity on my own property?
What?
Stay out the bushes.
The man was in my bushes. He was in my bushes. I was like, hey, Hannity.
I'm just glad we didn't get to stay off my lawn clip. How do you want to mow my lawn or whatever?
Well, you want to know what? Once we knock him off as the number one show and he's got to get a job, you know, listen, I like Hannity. We could always be like, dude, you need some money?
How'd you like to mow my lawn? Huh?
Oh, dear. But, I have not read Bill O'Reilly's book. Okay? I have not read Bill O'Reilly's
George
book.
Will
I
did.
probably
He did
won't
not.
read a Bill O'Reilly's book. But if it is true that the book's intimated hypothesis is the trauma of the March 1981 assassination attempt triggered a mental decline in Ronald Reagan. As I recall, Ronald Reagan was elected in 1980 and left office sometime during the 16th year of my life. They were 8 pretty great years to grow up.
Hey, that's not true. That's not true. And 2 bananas.
Okay. I will admit that as an adult, looking back over history and understanding much more about the pathology of Alzheimer's disease than I did at that particular time, that when he said, I do not recall during the Iran-Contra hearings, he probably didn't. But to somehow intimate that he, went all mental after the assassination attempt and, sat on this. I mean, one of the quotes was that Reagan sat on the sofa all day watching soap operas. Seriously?
Yeah. Oh, please with the nonsense. I have to tell you, I'm throwing a flag on that. This gets a complete. I mean, let me ask you a question. This reminds me of the scene in Wall Street, right, where Charlie Sheen and Michael Douglas, and it's finally all coming down, and Sheen looks at Michael Douglas, and he's like, Gordon Gekko, how much is enough? How many yachts can you water ski behind? This is the same thing with O'Reilly. O'Reilly has sold more books than Gutenberg and the Bible. Okay? And good for him. And good on him. Good on him. I love me some self-promoting P.T. Barnum type, especially New York boys. Good for you. How many more books do you have to sell, boy chick? Huh? How many? You've sold them in 472 languages. There's a children's edition, huh? It is. I think O'Reilly with this one jumps the shy. O'Reilly with this one.
Yeah, I mean, some of the stuff that Will points out in the book, even though he makes you feel inadequate and pathetic while he's doing it, JD, are pretty startling and just like, seriously, if you're gonna write a book about Reagan, even if you don't use any of the material, you might want to check into the Reagan library just once.
I have to say, if you're going to write this kind of drivel and prepare to have the certitude of the rectified merengue in the
That was so much more eloquent than what I said.
Oh, my God. Oh, I can't believe that's a Sunday. All right, so they were kids. They were sexting. They canceled the football game. But because our audience is so great, because the world is so upside down, that's all we got for you kids. Lionel, get us the hell out of here. Stacey, tell the nice people where they can find you on Tuesday.
Oh, on Tuesday?
No, until Tuesday.
Oh, until Tuesday. Well, hopefully we'll be getting some information out there about the Trans-Pacific Partnership, and I do believe that you should all take a break from the primary TV or reality TV primary and take a look at this stuff. It's super important, kids.
And you can find me somewhere, and I just recommend that everybody take a break from the seriousness of what's going on. Life is too short. To everybody out there, to my friends, my acquaintances, close friends, family, whatever,
Sunday,
I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Everybody, take some time and have a laugh. Life is too short. I'll see you Tuesday.
Thank you for taking it easy with us. You can find our show account on Twitter at JD and Stacy, or send us your interesting news story of the week to Game On War. That's WAAR @gmail.com.
And you can find me on Twitter at Scott's Fire and on Facebook at...
You can find me on the Twitters at GameOnJD.
When our water heater broke down last month, it was a nightmare. It took 5 hours for the plumber to show up, and he charged us a couple of $100 just to come out. And then it cost another $1,800 to put in the new water heater. By the time it was all said and done, I felt like I'd been taken. But what else could I do?
The smartest thing you can do is get a home warranty from American Residential Warranty. Their home warranties pay to repair or replace all your major appliances when they break, and they will break, and at the worst possible time. Call American Residential Warranty right now for free information on home warranties starting at just pennies a day. Don't wait for your refrigerator to stop running or your ceiling fans to stop turning. Call American Residential Warranty right now. Ask how you can save up to 50% on washer and dryer coverage. Just call 1-800-513-6154. That's 1-800-513-6154. Again, 1-800-513-6154. Call now.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.
Giggity, 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 let's have sex.